Welcome back, everyone. Limbo here from deltiasgaming.com, and today we are breaking down everything that you need to know about Borderlands 4. I love the Borderlands games. I played every single one of them. I even tried those Telltale Borderlands games. While they weren't for me, I still love getting to hang out in that universe a bit more. Borderlands 4 is fast approaching, and today we're taking a look at all the available info, from its cool new protagonist to its revamped mechanics. We're exploring how this sequel hopes to push the looter-shooter genre forward. As always, if you like the video, please hit that like button, maybe even subscribe to see more videos from us. Let's jump on in. Now, unlike the dusty wastelands of Pandora, Borderlands 4 is taking us to Kairos, a brand new world in the Borderlands universe. Its planet is under control of the Timekeeper, a very cool looking tyrant obsessed with control and order. This shift gives the game a darker, almost kind of dystopian tone. Instead of scavenging through deserts, you're going to be navigating these four massive interconnected biomes, maybe with more to come. They're going to be lush jungles, industrial complexes, icy mountains, and apparently a big neon city, each very alive with roaming wildlife, enemies, and world events that are happening right in front of you. This entry is also aiming for seamlessness, is the word they're using, where we used to have constant loading screens between zones. Here, instead, you're going to be exploring an open, living world where bosses, events, and ambushes are unfolding dynamically around you, much more open world style. Now, the tone is different too. Gearbox heard the criticism of Borderlands 3 being overstuffed with memes, being a little too funny at times, and this time the humor is more character-driven and situational, they've said. Still funny, but with more storytelling and forward progress as we go, apparently. As far as the gameplay goes, Gearbox has admitted that this is probably going to be the hardest Borderlands yet. Boss fights are tuned to push you harder, enemies hit back way more aggressively, and progression requires smart builds and smart loot choices, so you're going to be paying a bit more attention this game. So this doesn't seem to be just another story on Pandora. Borderlands 4 seems to be a bold step forward, a new world, a new tone, and a whole new philosophy for this franchise, possibly moving forward. Now, the focus of any Borderlands game is, of course, the Vault Hunter. In Borderlands 4, you're getting 4 brand new heroes, each built to play very different from each other. We're going to break them down right now. First up, we have Vex, the kinetic siren. Vex is a game changer. She's the siren character for this game, but apparently she's focused a lot more on kinetic energy instead of just kind of elemental magic like in the past. Her skills summon spectral familiars, and they siphon life back with their lifesteal mechanics and deliver crushing crowd control abilities. This is going to be a siren character that feels more like a necromancer, maybe ranger hybrid. This is going to be an awesome Vault Hunter. Next up is Amon, the Forge Knight. Amon is your kind of generic tanky brawler. He's got this really cool armor on. His action skills let him throw elemental axes. They have devastating fiery hammer slams coming down, and they create like a flaming shield wall that reflects damage back at your attacker. He's designed as like a frontline juggernaut kind of, with some of the most powerful elemental actions we've probably ever seen in this series. Next up is Harlow, the Gravitar, I'm pretty sure. Harlow is all about controlling the battlefield. Her power, called Entanglement, lets her link enemies together, and if you deal damage to one of them, the whole group is getting damage dealt to them. She can suspend her foes up in the air, she can lock down choke points in certain areas, and she sets up these really devastating team combos with other Vault Hunters. It's a lot like Phase Lock from Maya in the previous games, but more evolved into like a tactical kind of crowd control system, I guess. And then the last of the 4 characters that we have to start will be Rafa, the Exo Soldier. He's more of like a flexible fighter. He's using the Digistruct Exotech, I think is what it's called, to manifest weapons on the fly. He can kind of just summon anything he wants. He can summon auto turrets for support. He can deploy like a shoulder-mounted cannon, or he can also switch to these cool looking dual arm blades for melee. Their playstyle seems to be all about adapting. You can shift from any kind of normal range combat up to close quarters very quickly if you need to. Another new character they're adding this time around is called Echo 4. This is like your companion robot kind of. Think like the Ghost from Destiny maybe. Echo's going to help you with things like navigating, scanning the area, and any kind of the puzzles that happen around you. It's probably like Claptrap's less annoying cousin who's going to be talking in your ear throughout the game. Now, Borderlands 4 isn't just swapping out new characters. It looks like it's really changing up the systems that we've kind of come to expect from these games. Like we mentioned earlier, Kairos, the new world, seems to be designed as one big interconnected world. You'll encounter these bosses that are just kind of roaming around. World events are going to be happening kind of randomly surrounded around you as well, and warring factions might be having a battle right in front of you without ever running into a load screen. It feels more like an MMO kind of zone-based game. Think like Elder Scrolls Online, or even very similar to Destiny 2 like we mentioned, much more than that segmented shooter map that we've come to know from the Borderlands games. They've given huge upgrades to movement. It seems like it's been almost completely overhauled. You've got double jumps, dashes, there's like a grappling hook you can use at times, you can climb up walls, and there's a gliding system that, while it looks a little bit bit strange, seems to be very cool. You're also going to be able to instantly summon your digi-structed vehicle, I'm pretty sure, which is not like a Sparrow at all. It's a completely different thing, I promise. But this might be great. Borderlands has always been kind of chaotic, but now it seems to be fast and fluid in a way that kind of changes the combat and exploration and makes it a little bit more fun to play in 2025. They've redesigned a lot of the HUD that you might be used to. The mini-map is gone. Instead, you're going to get like a compass bar and these kind of elevation markers that let you know how high you are. It sounds small, but this pushes you to kind of engage with the world instead of just staring at the map in your corner, so I think this is probably a nice option. Each of our new Vault Hunters has a much expanded, sprawling skill tree, nearly double the amount of skills compared to Borderlands 3, so you're going to want to take a look at them. Apparently, there's tons of branching augments. There are multiple different capstones this time and ways to tailor your Vault Hunter into whatever you want to be with radically different, very cool builds. And the loot system that we have come to know and love from the Borderlands games is getting a huge revamp as well. This is where it starts to get a little bit chaotic in my opinion. Weapons now use what they're calling licensed part systems, meaning that a single gun can pull traits from multiple manufacturers. In previous games, whatever manufacturer made that gun kind of sets you into one sort of standard or archetype for that gun that you were using. But now a single gun can use multiple parts from different manufacturers. You want like a Jacob's rifle with one of the Vladloff auto fire mods, you're gonna find that in some of these drops. They've got new manufacturers as well as apparently much rarer legendaries, which means that when the legendaries actually drop, it's going to feel like something, as opposed to Borderlands 3 where they were really kind of dropping everywhere by the end of the game. Another really cool update is the changes that they've made to the co-op and kind of the way that the difficulty will scale. So you can have up to 4-player co-op. That's online, it is crossplay, and there even is a split screen couch co-op option, but it's got a really good twist this time. It's got personalized scaling. That means that if you're playing with a friend who is severely underleveled, the game is going to adjust the difficulty and the loot for the drops to their level without breaking anything in yours. Farming is also smoother thanks to replayable bosses and instant loot. You can restart the boss apparently from wherever you are, and everybody gets their own versions of drops in their own game. Now we gotta be fair, there are some red flags here. As a longtime Borderlands player, I even played Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which was awesome. Some of y'all need to chill out because that game's good. First of all, the difficulty here. Gearbox is admitting themselves that this is probably the toughest Borderlands game yet, which is great for us veterans, but it could turn away casual players who just kind of want the story and the loot, so your friends might not be as keen to play with you if they don't really understand the game. Second, and more in line with our first point, the complexity curve seems insane in this new one. The new skill trees and loot systems look really fun, but they're also going to be pretty overwhelming from the start. Hopefully there's a good kind of tutorial system or a good explanation, or at least a good curve into the game that gets you understanding it before you're thrown in way too deep. They've also mentioned themselves that they're shifting the tone of this game a lot, so some of you might have loved that really kind of campy, over-the-top, almost parody vibes of Borderlands 3 and a little bit of the other ones, and you might not click with this one if it's a bit more grounded, a bit more serious. I'm sure there's still humor, but apparently this one's not as silly as the other games. You can take that or leave it and see what you think about it. And lastly, we always have to wonder about the technical execution of these games. With a seamless Unreal Engine 5 world, you have to wonder, is this going to run well on everything? I think they're releasing on Switch too, or maybe you have a lower-end PC. I don't know if your rig is going to be able to handle this game. Performance could make or break that promise of a seamless exploration. Not every Borderlands game launched in the best state, so we'll have to see how this one comes out, but I'm assuming they've worked very hard on this. If you're playing on a pretty modern console or at least a semi-normal PC, you're probably going to be able to handle it. And probably just as important, like any live service game needs, you need a roadmap. It all depends on the follow-through. They have DLC planned, they have more Vault Hunters coming, and it sounds really ambitious, but if the early expansions start to disappoint, the community might move on quickly as there's new games being released every single day. So, I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think about Borderlands 4? Are you going to be snagging this game? It looks like a true evolution. There's a new planet, there are brand new hunters, there are mechanics that are completely overhauled that are going to change the way you play. It honestly could be the most exciting Borderlands game yet, but it also is probably the riskiest. It's no surprise that love for Borderlands has gone down in the past few years. They haven't been exactly nailing everything they've been releasing, so we'll have to see how this one holds up, but I am very excited for it. If you guys are interested, we can continue to cover this game in depth. We can get you build guides for each Vault Hunter. We can break down the license part loot system. We can give you day one gameplay impressions. Whatever you think, let us know in the comments if you're interested in this game at all. If not, we'll move on to other ones, but we'd love to continue to get new games in front of the Deltia's gaming community here. So if you are hyped for Borderlands, please make sure you're subscribed. Hit me up in the chat on the live streams or on some of these videos, and we'll play the game together. It'll be super fun. But thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you guys in the next one.